past 30 years or so, we don't seem to hear much about the Eggon people in the Southern Senatorial zone politically. Are there things that is happening? What is actually going on?
Well, the question is laughable. It's laughable in the sense that if I too decided to ask you, who are those people? Or what do you mean by voiceless? The voiceless are people who did not have somebody who will speak for them. Eggon voice have never been silenced. Let me tell you, as far back as to 1938. As far back as to 1938 to date, there's no regime, there's no time that the voice of a gunman is missing.
Silence.
Talk less or being silenced. At that time, Eggon people have voted Alhaji Usman Babba, the Aren Arikia, unanimously by the village heads of Eggon community in the Lafayette division then. He was their voice. He speak for them in the then Lafayette Native Authority Advisory Council. The man was a leader and he led people down until in 1976, where the local government reform came into being based on the report of the Suki recommendation. So local government ceased to be the native authority and it became a local government council or local government area. So in 1976, the number of Eggon people who have been elected into the Lafayette Native Authority or Lafayette local government then, we have about 23 local government because at that time, Obi is still part of Lafayette. And Eggon alone produces about 7 councillors. At that time, in 1976. In fact, it was an Eggon man who is supposed to be the chairman of a local government, because among the councillor, you elect one of you to be the chairman.
Okay, after the election.
After your election from your various electoral ward. Unfortunately, our people who have been elected were ignorant of how the process would be. And so the Canadian man in the town who was rubbing mind with the British administration since then, he knew what exactly is going to happen. And so they lobby among our people and promised them the councillor, portfolio councillors at that time. And out of 5, the one people secure 2 seats at that time. So
two seats of what now? Of
supervisory councillors. Supervisory councillor among 5.
Wow.
You can hear the composition of the natives or the tribe within the zone and within the local government.
Yes.
So Eggon alone were given out 2 seats out of 5. So since they agree to allow the Kanuri man to become a chairman. And that was what happened at that time. At the end of the expiration in 1979, during the NPP era, Eggon people voted Honorable Sunday Namo to the Plateau State House of Assembly. At that time,
1979.
1979, Eggon people have voted Honorable Sunday Namo to be their voice in the Plateau State House of Assembly.
So, Sunday Namo became a House of Reps,
House of
Assembly, representing only the Eggon people or the Southern Senatorial or something there, or how do we classify them?
Well, what I mean is that election is won by number.
Oh, okay.
Election is won by number. If you remember your question,
yes.
If Eggon were having a reasonable number, how does their voice, how will they become voiceless? I'm trying to tell you that Eggon are not voiceless. If other people to see Sunday Namo to be their representative, it means Eggon people are not people that can be thought of.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to portray. So when their tenure has allowed by 1983, the Chief Solomon Dabshiblar,
the then Plateau State, Governor,
have appointed Raji Abdullahi Angibi to become the chairman of Caretaker Committee of Lafi Local Government. So it goes until after that era, in 1987, by December, another governor was elected as chief executive of the local government. He is Mr. Philip Adegizi.
Oh, late
Philip Adegizi, of blessed memory, was elected as an executive chairman. That was the time that I also was elected as a councillor.
Oh, okay.
I worked with the Philip as a councillor before I became the chairman. When Philip tenure was dissolved by the military administration around 1989, between the period of 1989 to 1991, there was an administrator in the local government.
Yes.
So by 1991, election have kicked up again. So I indicated interest for the chairman of Lafi Local Government then. So within 90 to 1991, we went into primary, and I won the primary, but there was this gang up, and this gang up was what prompted your question.
Right.
The gang up by other tribes that you had me mention, the gang up against an Eggon man, they prefer the Alago man to be the chairman. We had a crisis at the primary, and I went to the court. In fact, until in the evening of election, Babangida come up with a policy that no polling unit that will not participate in election as a result of any judicial process. So all cases that are in court suspended. That is the military for you. So that election happened, and both me and Alagona, who are clamoring for the office, we lost that election, and the man of NRC picked the election. After 7-8 months, that tenure has been dissolved because Obi was carved out of Lafia.
Okay.
Yeah. And so each local government that was carved out of one local government, that local government has to be nullified. In our own case, in the present Nasarawa State, Kari was carved out of Kefi.
Yes, at that time.
Toto, Wanda, Nasarawa was carved out of Akwanga. In Lafia here, Lafia was carved out of, Obi was carved out of Lafia, and Kiana was carved out of Awe.
Kokona was carved out of Kefi.
Exactly. That was what happened at that period. And so all the election has been nullified. We come back to start all over. So by December 1991, I won the election. The man in Obi to won his own election. So I became the chairman. Oh, let me say, another Eggon man win election in December 1991. He is Honorable Ali Kpandam.
So you became the last chairman and Eggon person who became the chairman in Lafia local government?
No.
Okay, after you we had another person.
After me, we had another man.
Okay.
So like I told you, between 1991 to 1993, our council has been dissolved. Like I've told you,
Yes.
when our council was dissolved, during Abacha, when Abacha took over, so he introduced the idea of multiple party. So until sole administrator were on ground from 1993 to 1997 and 1998,
Okay.
99. 1998, 99, another Eggon man has been elected as the chairman of the council. He is Elijah Abdullahi Angivi, who was appointed as caretaker committee chairman
Okay.
in 1983.
Now he became a full-fledged chairman.
He became a full-fledged
Chairman. Okay.
So, like I've told you, in that 1992 or 91 election, the Eggon people have 2 members of House of Assembly from Lafia, and all of them were Eggon. Just to tell you that nobody can underrate our number and go with it. Both of them were members of State House of Assembly. When I was in Lafia here, the secretary of the local government is also an Eggon man. The speaker of the local government was also an Eggon.
When you were the chairman?
When I was the chairman of Alafi local government. And also a commissioner was appointed by His Excellency Fidelis Tabuko. The man was my secretary, and the state government saw something in him and preferred him to go and work with him. And so we picked him as commissioner. He is by name Alhaji Ibrahim Zango Ashadutu. So
he was an Eggon man too.
He was an Eggon man too. So that is the trend that continued until 1996, when the state was split into Plateau and Nasarawa. So from the politics of Nasarawa State, by 1999 election,
yes,
the Eggon man have produced Yusuf Aveson as a member of House of Assembly. Maybe I did not tell you the names of the people who represented us after Sunday Namo.
Yeah, you haven't.
So the member that is representing Lafia North is Honorable Stephen Angas, where that of the Lafia Central is Alhaji Salihu Muhammad Angulu. These are the people who represented us at the State House of Assembly in Plateau. When we come here, Yusuf, we started with Yusuf Aveson.
Okay, in Nasarawa State.
In Nasarawa State. He won election in Lafia Central at that time. So
that's where Akwashki is now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But before Akwashki, there are some other ones that have passed through the process before Akwashki.
Okay.
So, because of lack of time, I may not like to go with the dates.
Okay, no problem.
So, there are numbers. I can mention few of them if that I can recall.
Yes, please.
So, we have Adamu Moazu, who is from the Lafia North. We have Mohammed Alkali. We have also Agio Mesa.
Oh, Agio Mesa.
Yes, Agio Mesa.
From Central, right?
No, from Lafia North.
Okay.
Exactly. We also have from the center. We have, after Yusuf, we have Adamu Suleiman. We have also Mekatako.
Okay.
There is a Mekatako. And we have Angibi. Alhaji Abdullahi Haruna Angibi. Before Akwashki of recent and Meriga. All of them at the moment, both of them were Eggons. So these are elective offices. And since we came from Plateau, it is only at the tail ends of the Tankwal Makura tenure, the second tenure, that he refused to recognize Eggon as commissioner.
Okay.
And Engineer Sule too, in his last tenure,
refused to recognize you. It's laughable, but it's worrisome.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you have all these statistics, and this time around, these later hours, we now realize that successive governors are not recognizing the Eggon people. It's worrisome.
Exactly.
Recently, I had some few persons complaining that the Eggon people called strangers in Nasarawa Southern Senatorial Zone. To some extent, some are even saying they are denying them indigenous form now in the state. How true is it?
Well, the conspiracy of indigenous issue did not start today. It has started as far back as to when David Ayewa, like I've told you, became the chairman of a local government in Obi. And that is where the crisis started. And the number of Eggon people have been threatened to others. So in 2000, when before the advent of Abdullah Adamu, the crisis of the 9 people of the indigenous form have started in Obi.
Okay. That is before Abdullah Adamu.
Yes.
Okay.
That was around 1991 and 1993.
Okay.
During Ayewa. He spearheaded the issue, and the idea was sold, and others were also being engineered. But the Eggon people are becoming more and more in number. And so a measure should be taken to reduce their strength, because their number in the local government service of the state is becoming threatened, even in Plateau. So when Abdullah Adamu won election, Marco thought he was doing something good. As the chairman of Eggon,
yes,
he mobilized all the political office holder, particularly the councillors from all over the state.
The Marco, are you talking of the foreign minister?
Exactly.
Federal.
At that time, he was the chairman
of Eggon.
He mobilizes people.
When we say Eggon, we mean Eggon
Culture and Development Association. He was the president. Yeah.
Okay, national.
He was the president at that time.
Okay, sir.
So he mobilizes all the Eggon people who have held appointment, who have been elected as councillor in all over the states.
13 local governments.
13 local governments. And you discover in the 3 senatorial zone, both Lafia zone, Akwanga, and Kefi, there are representatives, there are elected persons who went, and the gentleman took his time to impress Abdullah Adamu. Little did he know that the man is speaking an offense rather than to appreciate the number
of the Eggon people that
of Eggon people
to grace him.
So, and it goes along with the complaint among the people that are moved from the Plateau to Nasarawa. We have about 7,000 people, roughly about 7,000 people.
Service staff
that moved
from Plateau to
Nasarawa. 7,000 people.
Okay, in general. Okay.
Eggon alone, we're having about 4,000.
Wow.
Leaving
3,000
to others. That have further aggravated the situation. And those who came with the higher rank to hold offices were Eggons. And so that has become an easy position. And that was what triggered the issue. And so in this zone, they form a forum called the former Lafayette Division. All those tribes that you heard me mention, maybe only Tiv were not part of it, and all other ones were part of it. So they connive and agree on how they will reduce the representation of Eggon people in other local government. And so they brief Abdullah Adamu, and he also have that feeling, going by introduction that Marco told him, that if these people who are not, if measures are not being taken, other people may not have the space in the state. And that is how the issue of indigenous form came in. And Abdullah Adamu decided to make a policy that all the workers should go back to the ancestral local government. And so,
all the staff that came from
all the workers who are working
in other local governments
should go back to their local government
of origin.
If you are talking about the origin, what is origin? He is rather talking about the ancestral home.
Okay.
Where our parents started and spread all over the state. That is the implication. So, and that was the genesis that brought about the denying people the indigenous form. That decision was challenged by our people. But the Masimena, who was the chief judge at that time, is also a member of their forum. And he further destroyed much more and said they are not indigenous of this place, so everybody should leave. Our people took their case.
Of which place now? Are we referring to Lafayette?
In fact, it is no longer the Lafayette issue. Our children who are working in Doma.
Yes.
Awe, Kiana, Obi, and Lafayette. And so we pushed the case to the appeal court, and the appeal court delivered judgment in our own favor. Nobody should seem to be a stranger anywhere. It is not part of the constitution of this country. Wherever you stay for a period of time, and more so that these people, parents who are born here, it is not even those who are working, it is their parents that are here. If you are pushing their children because they are working in the government, you are asking them to go to Nasarawa again, what happened to their parents? Like I was trying to ask you, who are those people that are trying to rewrite our history? Who are they? But we want to join in issue with anybody. Anybody who came, whom you see him in the Southern Senatorial district, the Eggon people were here before any other person.
Wow.
Anybody who claimed to have a root from the Korarafa, the Eggon people have left Korarafa before the collapse of the Korarafa. And most of them came here after the collapse
Of Korarafa.
of that kingdom. The Eggon people were here as far back as to 11th century, while our brother who followed us later, after a century, were the Nigili people who came here by 12th century, followed by Alago in 13th century, the Gwandara, the Ake, the Jukum. They found themselves here by 14th century. Well, the Kanuri man found himself here by 18th century.
Just 18th century.
18th century. And the rest of Fulani people found themselves here in 19th century.